first going throughout this game was already pissed, already aggravated, being guarded by Sheldon, right? And we see this most of the time when they're going shoving Caitlin, right? She jumping into it, shoving Caitlin to the side, right? Now we get further into the game. Watch this. Watch how this happens, right? So you see Sheldon guarding up, playing.
The basketball matchup showcased one of the most heated rivalries that often goes unnoticed in professional women's basketball. The confrontational dynamic between these players has created compelling drama that deserves attention. During the contest, tensions escalated early when defensive pressure began affecting the offensive rhythm. The aggressive defensive approach led to visible frustration, with physical contact becoming increasingly intense throughout the game.
At the end of the day, we are also 370 subscribers off 50k. If we could get to 50k by the end of the day, that would be insane. I don't think we can, but you never know. We might just be able to do it. So, this was a game between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun. A good Fever team versus a terrible Sun team. This Connecticut Sun team employs JC Sheldon, who is one of the most reckless players in the WNBA, who already injured Sydney Colson and Sophie Cunningham the last time they played.
The initial conflict emerged when defensive positioning created friction between the competing athletes. Physical altercations began developing as players pushed boundaries, with one athlete shoving another during a heated exchange. Additional players quickly intervened, escalating the situation further. As the competition progressed, defensive tactics became more questionable. The defender maintained tight coverage, preventing easy scoring opportunities and blocking driving lanes effectively. Credit was deserved for the defensive intensity, but the methods raised concerns.
Pretty good defense. This is what I was going to give her credit on. She was not allowing Caitlin to penetrate, get into the paint, deny her the path to the basket, right? Boom, she bumps. Caitlin drives around. Look, good footwork. Okay, you stand in front of her. I give it to you. I give it to you. Boom, bumps again, spin around. Boom, she's bumping, getting bumpy. And then that happened. And then
multiple bumping incidents occurred as the offensive player attempted to create space. The defensive pressure remained constant, with repeated physical contact that pushed acceptable limits. Then a controversial moment unfolded. During one particular sequence, the defender appeared to make contact with the opponent's facial area, possibly scratching or striking near the eyes. The action seemed intentional rather than accidental, raising questions about player conduct.
You then also employ Marina Mabrey, who is the biggest crash-out artist in the entire WNBA. So it was always going to be. It was always going to be a hectic game. And the Connecticut Sun, early on in the game, stayed in it. Thank you, Tom, for the $10. They stayed in it. They stayed in the game. And then, mainly when Caitlin Clark was off the floor. Caitlin Clark had a plus 31, 20.6 assist game on 12.
The incident prompted immediate retaliation as the affected player pushed away from the aggressive contact. However, another teammate unexpectedly joined the confrontation, delivering a forceful shove from an unexpected angle. This secondary player's involvement appeared calculated, winding up before delivering the push. The celebration afterward suggested satisfaction with the aggressive action, displaying apparent pleasure in the confrontational moment. The behavior drew criticism from spectators and officials alike. Many observers noted that if certain bench players had been on the court, physical retaliation might have occurred. The surprise attack from the secondary player seemed particularly unsportsmanlike.
That happened. I'm like, what was that? What is this play right here, man? Sheldon, what is this right here, fam? No way you just reach for Caitlin's eyes like that, her face, whatever the case may be. You reach for her head and you scratch her. What are you reaching for right here? What is that? Did she think she was going to shoot? I don't know, man. That's about the best I can give her.
The aggressive player faced crowd disapproval throughout the remainder of the game, receiving negative reactions whenever touching the ball. Even neutral observers expressed confusion about the escalating tensions and unnecessary aggression. Photographic evidence later showed clear scratching marks on the victim's arms, validating concerns about the physical nature of the contact. The visible injuries explained the angry response and justified the frustration. Later in the game, verbal exchanges continued as trash talk intensified the rivalry. Players engaged in heated conversations that energized teammates and created additional drama on both sides.
Shots. And By the way, about 8 hockey assists for Caitlin Clark. Because she, like, literally, they would blitz Caitlin, and wherever Caitlin got the ball to, they would rotate, and then there would be passes inside. Like, I'm not joking. Caitlin had about 8 hockey assists. It is genuinely a crazy situation. But I thought Sophie was okay when she came on.
During the third quarter, with one team leading by 20 points, provocative comments sparked another confrontational moment. Teammates became animated, expressing support through enthusiastic reactions and encouraging continued intensity. The verbal warfare clearly affected concentration and game rhythm. Players began focusing more on officiating calls than basketball fundamentals, allowing the psychological warfare to disrupt their performance.
Maybe she thought she was about to pull up and trying to put her hand where the ball might be coming. But, fam, you literally slapped her in the face, man. Slapped her right in the eyes, man. Come on, fam. Then Caitlin shoves her, right? Shoves her off of her. Like, get away from me, man. Get away from me. Give me some space. Get up off of me. Now, I thought Tina Charles shoved her. I thought Tina did it, but watch Marina Mabrey. She winds up, right? Winds up, and then
This pattern has repeated in previous matchups between these athletes. Historical games show similar confrontational dynamics, with consistent attempts to disrupt focus through physical and mental pressure tactics. The defensive strategy proves effective because it successfully breaks offensive rhythm and concentration. Players begin seeking official intervention rather than maintaining basketball focus, which disrupts their natural game flow. When physical contact becomes excessive and officials don't intervene, players naturally shift attention from scoring to seeking justice. This psychological shift benefits the aggressive defender by neutralizing offensive effectiveness.
For the Sun, fair play to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown just was money. Jaylen Brown was really good. Jaylen Brown was really, really good in this game. I have to say, Jaylen Brown was fantastic in this game for them. And Tina Charles just chucked. She was just a chuck. But Jaylen Brown was really good. Like, you got to give credit where credit due. Jaylen Brown was really good in this game. But from the Indiana Fever, I thought Lexi Hull struggling inside the three, still hit her threes. 2 of 3 from 3 was a good shooting game. Natasha Howard, I thought, was really good early in this game.
The rivalry represents genuine animosity rather than manufactured drama. Unlike some competitive relationships that remain friendly, this confrontation reflects authentic dislike and competitive hatred between participants. This particular rivalry differs significantly from other high-profile matchups in the league. While some competitive relationships maintain respect and friendship, this confrontation shows genuine contempt and desire for opponent failure. The intensity surpasses other well-known rivalries, representing deeper personal animosity rather than simple competitive spirit. The hatred appears authentic and long-lasting, creating compelling drama for spectators.
it shoves Caitlin. Shoves her right there. And then look how she talking. Just talking that talk. Let me move over. Let me move this over, fam. Talking that talk. Look at her. Look at her. Like she just did something amazing right here. Oh, my goodness. And this is what I was saying. This what got Sophie going. Because if Sophie was on the floor, somebody might have been catching some balls. All right, I'm just saying. Somebody.
Friendly competitive relationships exist elsewhere in the league, providing contrast to this intense hatred. Some rivalries maintain mutual respect while delivering exciting competition, but this relationship shows no such courtesy. The game contained numerous dramatic moments, verbal confrontations, physical altercations, and emotional outbursts. Every element combined to create maximum entertainment value while raising concerns about sportsmanship and player safety.
The early part of this game realistically was all Natasha Howard. That was the early part of this game. And Aaliyah Boston was quiet, but not bad. Like 9, 5, and 9 is not a bad game. Kelsey Mitchell hit some big shots, I guess, but even though she had 17, I did not think Kelsey Mitchell was good. I did not think Kelsey was good today. But the best player by 100 miles for the Indiana Fever was Caitlin Clark. But before that,
The confrontational dynamic will likely continue in future matchups, providing ongoing drama and intensity. Both players seem committed to maintaining their aggressive approach, ensuring continued excitement and controversy. Spectator reactions varied widely, with many expressing shock at the escalating tensions and questionable conduct. The dramatic confrontations generated significant discussion about appropriate competitive behavior and league oversight. The rivalry represents authentic emotion rather than staged entertainment, making it particularly compelling for basketball enthusiasts who appreciate genuine competitive fire and personal investment in winning.
They might have been catching some balls. Marina coming out of nowhere. Fam, your teammate poked Caitlyn in the eye. She poked her in the eye. But you want to come get mad when Caitlyn's shoving her away? Come on, fam. What are you doing? Then you blindsiding Caitlyn. That's crazy work. That's crazy. I'm surprised Marina Mabrey got away with that. I'm surprised she got away with that. I thought somebody was going to chin check her and talk to her. I'm surprised. But she ended up doing that and still.
Marina Mabrey, another Connecticut player known for volatile behavior, contributed to expectations of a physical, contentious battle. These personnel factors guaranteed an intense atmosphere from the opening tip. Connecticut maintained competitiveness during early portions, particularly when Clark operated off the court. Clark dominated with impressive statistics, plus 31 rating, 20 points, 6 assists on just 12 attempts. Her impact extended beyond recorded numbers, generating approximately 8 hockey assists through her court vision. Opponents consistently sent double teams at Clark, forcing rotations that created numerous scoring opportunities for teammates through secondary and tertiary passes.
You have to talk about the elephant in the room. And even though this is a video that we're trying to talk about basketball, and I'll talk a little bit about later, in the second quarter, JC Sheldon and Caitlin Clark got into it a bit. They got into it a bit in the second quarter. Like, nothing too bad. It was just kind of chippy. Then JC Sheldon claws Caitlin Clark in the eye. By the way, Caitlin's dribbling the ball with her left hand. Caitlin's dribbling the ball here, and JC Sheldon comes in from the right shoulder and claws her in the right eye. Like,
Connecticut received solid contributions from several players. Sophie performed adequately during her court time. Jaylen Brown delivered exceptional production, consistently making crucial plays and demonstrating excellent decision-making throughout the contest. Brown's performance warranted recognition as one of the game's standout individual efforts. Tina Charles struggled with shot selection, forcing difficult attempts rather than working within offensive flow. For Indiana, Lexi Hull experienced difficulties inside the three-point arc but maintained effectiveness from deep range. Connecting on 2 of 3 long-distance attempts, Natasha Howard provided strong early impact, controlling the game's initial momentum and establishing Indiana's early advantage. Leah Boston contributed quietly but effectively with 9 points and 5 rebounds, avoiding major mistakes while fulfilling her role.
Got a chance to stay in the game. Still was catching crazy boos every time she touched the ball. Crazy work, man. Even
17 points and hit several important shots, though her overall performance lacked consistency and efficiency. Despite the scoring output, Mitchell's decision-making and shot selection raised concerns throughout the evening. Clark emerged as Indiana's dominant force, outperforming all other participants by considerable margins. However, the game's defining moment occurred during second quarter action when tensions escalated dramatically. Initial chippy play between JCS Sheldon and Clark remained within normal competitive boundaries. The situation deteriorated when Sheldon made contact with Clark's eye area while Clark dribbled with her left hand. Sheldon approached from Clark's right side, making contact far from the basketball's location, creating a dangerous and unnecessary play.
Yay much away from the ball. This much away from the ball. The ball's here. JC Sheldon claws her here. This far away. And then, after she gets clawed in the eye, she's trying to walk away. Tina Charles gets her in the back. And then as she's trying to walk away, Marina Mabrey blindsides her and goes and gets her. Like, she got hit by 3 of them. She got hit by 3 of them. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how the referees ignored.
Following this initial contact, Clark attempted to disengage from the situation. Tina Charles then made contact from behind, while Marina Mabrey delivered a blindside hit that knocked Clark to the ground. 3 Connecticut players targeted Clark in rapid succession, creating an unprecedented triple-team assault away from basketball action. Officials failed to assess technical fouls or ejections despite the obvious escalation and dangerous nature of the plays. This non-response from referees allowed tensions to continue building throughout the remainder of the contest.
And people were saying you was celebrating Dejanay's poke in the eye. You might have been celebrating, man. Looking at this, you might have been celebrating that dirty antic, man. That dirty act. You were celebrating. That's crazy. Let's take a look at this, fam. Look at this. Somebody got a good photo of this right here where she just scratching Caitlyn. Oh my goodness. Nails in her arms. I see why Caitlyn was mad, man.
Clark initially appeared shaken by these events, understandably affected by the coordinated physical targeting. However, she responded by hitting a step-back three-pointer directly over JCS Sheldon, celebrating emphatically and entering an intense competitive state. Following the three-pointer, officials called timeout to manage the situation. Rather than joining her teammates immediately, Clark circled the court perimeter, engaging with fans and building crowd energy before eventually joining the huddle. Later in the game, Sophie Cunningham seized an opportunity for retaliation, taking down JC Sheldon and triggering a broader altercation that resulted in 3 player ejections. The situation represented the culmination of accumulated tensions throughout the contest.
She got triple teamed. She got triple teamed here. Like 3 of them got her. Like, she got clawed nowhere near the ball. She got clawed in the eye. Then Tina Charles goes and gets her here. And then Marina Mabrey, when she's not even looking, knocks her on the ground. The referees eject nobody. The referees eject nobody. Nobody. The refs...
The retaliation wasn't unprovoked given the earlier incidents, making Cunningham's actions understandable within the game's context. The ejection represents a reasonable trade-off for sending a message about protecting teammates. Indiana's advancement to the Commissioner's Cup final represents a significant achievement worthy of celebration. Meanwhile, other league results show Washington defeating Chicago, while Golden State faces challenges against Dallas with their current roster construction. Las Vegas currently trails Seattle in their respective matchup. The Fever's Commissioner's Cup final appearance marks an important milestone in their developmental trajectory and validates their season-long improvement under current management and roster construction.